Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Wilke. I want to thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this video. If you're watching this, that means you have a business to run, and that means that you have profits to deliver, shareholders to satisfy, talent to lead, customers to serve, expenses to control, cost to manage, and so many more roles and responsibilities we don't have time to list them here. For over 25 years, my background in clinical psychology has allowed me to work with thousands of individuals, couples, and families. Needless to say, I've worked with people in some of the most difficult times in their lives, from failing marriages to addictions to abusive relationships, and all across the spectrum from the dysfunctional to the purely pathological. While dealing with these problems in a clinical setting, I began to see the direct connection between my clinical responsibilities and those that I saw in the leaders I worked with in corporate settings. I learned over the years that my clinical background had specifically and uniquely prepared me for the work I now passionately call LEADon. All of us spend so much of our lives working in what I call the corporate family. I found that every family experiences dysfunction and at times significant pathology. And whether in your personal or corporate family, these barriers impede execution and results. For instance, your corporate family experiences these barriers as involuntary attrition, limited revenue, poor conflict resolution skills, poor morale and corporate culture, all of which directly impact your EBITDA on a daily basis. Using the clinical skills mastered over time, I have addressed many of these specific corporate family issues with great success. Now here's what LEADon does that's different than anybody else. First, we analyze your corporate family by identifying and understanding the dysfunctional patterns in their talent and their relationships, leadership skill sets, and your specific corporate family culture. Then we benchmark these problems and develop a customized strategic action plan that is specific to your organization. Using our strategic action plan for clientele, we have been able to dramatically improve productivity and profitability. Whether we identified underachievement in executing in results, or we prevented potential insolvency, we get measurable results. And in a world where it's all about the value add, I want to take that head on. I know there are a lot of elevator pitches that you receive from consultants saying that they can fix all the issues in your organization. Well, we have decades of experience and results from executed action plans that often exceed objectives and expectations. Organizations specializing in retail, services, distribution, healthcare, construction management, and technology have all experienced significant victories from our corporate family model of leadership. Laboring in the trenches with for-profits, nonprofits, private and public corporations, we have honed our intellectual property and approach to corporate family. Whatever your industry, I understand that you have limited resources in time, money, and talent. Simply put, there's no time to waste. If my message resonates with you and you have yet to find a solution that works, please contact me directly. And I want to thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch this video.